from here and put it over here. Now you see it in GoPro Hero 10. You see the quality. Let's take the picture from here and put it on the F1. And now you guys can see the F1 and compare all three. It's freaking amazing, isn't it? Good morning. I've had the dash cam now, the Vantrue F1, for exactly a year, a little bit over a year, so a year and a few weeks. And I wanted to do an update video on my experience with it. I've taken it in the winter in very cold conditions, in the rain, with rocks, and I'm going to include a lot of footage so that you guys can see everything that this camera is capable of doing. I'm going to share some of the lessons that I've learned with you and everything about this particular camera. So let's get started. This is where I had mounted the camera last year, and I kept it in the same place. I'm still not a fan of it being a little bit off center. My OCD gets the better of me. I would have preferred it to be right here in the middle, but to be honest with you, it's my fault. I'm lazy. I haven't been able to redo it, so just disregard that. But anyway, the camera's been here. Get awesome footage out of it. It's very stable. I'm using the 3M mounts, the solid mounts, and I'll include a little bit of a picture so you guys can see which ones I'm using. They've held up for over a year in the cold, in the wet, and in extreme heat, so I'm super happy with it. Let me show you the one in the rear. In last year's video during the installation, I initially placed it over here, but then I ended up moving it and placing it over here. It's a lot more discreet and a lot more stable in my experience. So I've kept it over here. It's been working great. I have no issues whatsoever with the rear camera. Mind you, this is a 1080p, the front one is a 4K. This is where I had mounted the recorder, so it's right over here. It stayed over here, it's been here for a year. Works incredibly well. I also use that 3M tape that I was telling you about, and it's nice and protected. It's out of the way, easy to mount, easy to install. Now what I did over here, if you guys can see, is I put some tape. Usually there's like a sealed door over here that you screw in, but if you are like me and you use the footage often, let's say for videos, YouTube and so on, I usually take the SD card out often. And that's why the screws are super small, easy to lose, and it's a pain to put on and put off because the screws are tiny. So what I did is just protect this from dust and what have you. I don't ride that often in the rain. I'm not too worried about water coming in here, but this is how I have my setup to make things a little bit easier for me. I decided to mount the controller right over here, and in my 1 year experience, this has been invaluable. To be completely honest with you guys, I would not recommend placing it anywhere else because these lights come on, and I'm going to demonstrate that in a minute. These lights come on and they tell you when it's recording and if it's not recording, and then it's easy access to protect the actual file by clicking this button right here. There are two ways to connect the camera, either directly to the battery, and you have a third cable, which is an accessory cable that you have to splice into an auxiliary or accessory port or what have you, another cable. I didn't want to do that because I'm not planning on splicing any of my cables on the Rebel because I don't want to void the warranty and other reasons as well. So anyway, what I ended up doing is to bypass that process, I got a Thunderbox and I connected it directly to a Thunderbox. That means that when you have the bike running, the camera will come on automatically, and then when you turn the bike off, the camera will switch off automatically. Just like magic. I absolutely love it. It's been working great for the past year. So let me demonstrate that real quick. Keep an eye right here. After a few seconds, the Thunderbox is going to provide power over here, and then you'll see this power on. See? You'll see the green light flashing. So what it said right there is start video recording, Wi-Fi on. So now it started recording, and you can view this at all times when you're riding. So this is comforting because I'm going to get into this later. One of the issues that I found is that if accidentally, as you're manipulating your phone, you touch this, you see, it's a solid green light. Now you know you are not recording. This is not the state that you want to be in, right? So to get it started recording again, and now it's working, okay? So when you turn the engine off, and this is what happens when you turn the engine off, after about 5 seconds, the Thunderbox will stop the power to all auxiliary systems. Just like magic. I love this system. It's been working great, with one exception. What I recommend you guys is get the micro SD card from Vantrue, because it is formatted in a FAT32 format, and not all micro SD cards that you get will be formatted in that format, and that might create a little bit of issues while recording. Sometimes it would stop recording and what have you. Something else that I do want to point out is you need to make sure that you update the firmware. I'm going to include a video at the end of the whole process from A to Z. And if you guys are interested in doing it, you can follow along. I recorded the whole session just to demonstrate exactly how to do that. But make sure that you guys update the firmware. It is critical to keep the system running smoothly and without any issues. In addition to that, after some time, make sure you uninstall the actual app itself, rescan the barcode on the user's manual to download the latest version of the app, because there's no auto update feature with that. These are the micro SD cards that I've had experience with. So initially I had the 512, a Samsung one. It worked, but then sporadically after, let's say, about 30 minutes, sometimes an hour, it would stop recording, okay? And then when I reached out to them, by the way, Vantrue's customer service is outstanding. As soon as you report an issue, they get back to you and they advise you on what to do. Everything they told me to do, I did, and it worked beautifully. So I updated the firmware, as well as I got a Vantrue card. This is a 256. The system can take up to 512, which is incredible. I did end up upgrading and getting the 512, which is what is installed on the camera right now, but just wanted to show you what to be aware of, okay? Now, you do have to remember to format the micro SD card once a month or what have you, just to kind of keep it running fresh, okay? To summarize my experience with the Vantrue F1, you guys, listen, I cannot recommend this highly enough. Listen, this is a safety item, guys. I'm telling you from my personal experience when I'm riding with it, if for whatever reason the system doesn't come on when I was having issues with the micro SD card, I was so stressed out. I can't tell you. You see, you don't know until you actually have it, but the level of comfort, not only that, the level of enjoyment as well. So I got so much footage that I used in multiple videos of, you know, things that have happened and we caught as we are traveling. I didn't have the camera, the GoPro camera on. So this is always recording to the front and to the rear. And it's 4K, it's incredible footage, and I'm gonna show you some footage. You'll see, I'm gonna take you around Washington, DC, just to show you a tour of my city so that you guys can see the quality and what it can actually capture. So in closing, they are running a special for Amazon Days. So I'm gonna leave a link down below. Make sure you guys check them out. Make sure you take advantage of the discount. You cannot go wrong with investing in your safety. This is a safety item, you guys. So I highly recommend that you get it. This is the best that's on the market in 2024, and I assure you in 2025 as well, okay? Have a great day. All right, so you can see me in this camera right here. So I'm gonna take the picture from here and put it over here. Now you see it in GoPro Hero 10. You see the quality. Let's take the picture from here and put it on the F1. And now you guys can see the F1 and compare all three. It's freaking amazing, isn't it?
Raise the roof and have some fun. The work to be done. Let the music play on. Everybody sing, everybody dance. Lose yourself in wild romance. We're going to party. climbing, fiesta, forever. Come on and sing along. Going to party, climbing, fiesta, forever.
Look over there, you guys. This is going to be great footage for comparison with the Vantrue F1, the GoPro,